Welcome, curious minds, to a new, special deep dive. This is AI Unraveled, created and produced by Etienne Newman. He's a senior engineer and a passionate soccer dad from Canada. Please remember to like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. It really helps us reach more people like you. Today, we're diving into something pretty significant, really at the intersection of artificial intelligence and healthcare. We're talking about the path towards, well, medical superintelligence. And specifically, we've got some fascinating insights from Microsoft AI's recent research on their diagnostic orchestrator, MAI-DxO.
Yes, it's a really compelling look at how AI is moving beyond just, acing multiple choice exams. It's now tackling some of medicine's most complex, really open-ended diagnostic challenges. We'll unpack what makes this so significant, why it matters for you, and, well, where this whole journey might be headed.
Okay, let's unpack this then. For a while now, we've been hearing about AI models doing incredibly well on medical exams, things like the USMLE, the U.S. Medical Licensing Exam, scoring near perfectly sometimes. That sounds amazing on the surface, right? Like AI is ready for med school.
Well, it is impressive, but there's a catch. What's fascinating here is that while those scores are high, those tests mostly rely on multiple choice questions. And think about it, real patients, they don't walk in with A, B, C, or D options next to their symptoms. So this kind of testing, it can sort of favor an AI's knack for memorization,
Right.
maybe over the kind of deep sequential understanding a doctor needs in a real clinical setting.
Right, that makes sense. So Microsoft AI decided to set a much higher bar. They took 304 cases directly from the New England Journal of Medicine, the NEJM, and these are described as some of the toughest and most diagnostically complex cases a physician can face. This is what they're calling the Sequential Diagnosis Benchmark, or SD Bench.
Exactly. And this raises a really important question. How do we truly evaluate AI's clinical reasoning? Beyond just rote memorization, moving from multiple choice to this sequential diagnosis model is key. That's where a clinician, or in this case the AI, starts with just the patient presentation, and then it has to iteratively decide which questions to ask next, which tests to order. That's crucial for seeing if it can work in the real world.
Okay, and if you're intrigued by how AI can tackle these kinds of complex problems, maybe deepen your own understanding, remember that Etienne Newman offers a fantastic range of AI certification prep materials. We're talking ebooks and audiobooks for things like Azure AI Engineer Associate, Google Cloud Generative AI Leader Certification, AWS Certified AI Practitioner, Azure AI Fundamentals, and even the Google Machine Learning Certification. You can find all of those over at djmgatech.com. The links are in the show notes. So this brings us to MAI-DxO. This is where it gets really interesting. To tackle these super tough NEJM cases, Microsoft AI built this thing called MAI-DxO, the Microsoft AI Diagnostic Orchestrator.
Right. And this system, it's designed to mimic like a virtual panel of physicians. Imagine different specialists, different approaches, all collaborating on one case. So it's not just one giant AI model. It's more like a conductor, an orchestrator. It coordinates multiple underlying language models. And they used a bunch of the big ones, foundation models like GPT, Llama, Claude, Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek, all working together.
Wow, a virtual panel. And what makes this really innovative, from what I read, is its ability to do more than just diagnose. It can ask follow-up questions, sure, order tests, deliver diagnosis, but it also runs a cost check and verifies its own reasoning before deciding what to do next. They can even set a budget, apparently, to stop it just ordering test after test indefinitely, which, in the real world means higher costs and longer waits.
Exactly. That orchestration is the key piece here. It allows for integrating diverse data sources much more effectively. And importantly, it enhances safety, transparency, and adaptability, all critical and complex clinical workflows. It's what they call a model agnostic approach. It's not locked into one specific AI. That promotes auditability. You can see how it reached a conclusion and resilience, both absolutely vital in high-stakes areas like healthcare.
If you're inspired by hearing how systems like MAI-DxO are built, and maybe you're thinking about starting to build with AI yourself, well, you should definitely check out Etienne Newman's toolkit. It's called the AI Unraveled Builders Toolkit. It includes a whole series of AI tutorials, PDFs, audio, video formats, plus AI and machine learning certification guides to really help you get started. Again, you can find the links for that in the show notes at djmgets.com. Okay, so let's get to the results. They put MAI-DxO up against these incredibly tough NEJM cases. What did they actually find? The results are, well, quite eye-opening.
They really are. MAI-DxO significantly boosted the diagnostic performance of every single model they tested it with. The best performing setup, which was MAI-DxO paired with OpenAI's GPT-4o, I believe it was, it correctly solved 85.5% of those NEJM benchmark cases. 85.5%.
85%. Wow. And how does that compare to humans? They tested actual doctors too, right?
They did. They evaluated 21 practicing physicians. These were experienced doctors from the US and UK, each with between 5 and 20 years of clinical experience. They tackled the same tasks.
Okay, so what was their accuracy on these super complex cases?
The physicians achieved a mean accuracy of just 20%. 20% across the cases they completed.
20% versus 85%. That's more than 4 times higher accuracy for the AI setup.
Exactly. It really highlights AI's unique ability to blend both incredible breadth of knowledge and depth of reasoning in a way that, frankly, no single human physician could possibly achieve across the full complexity of these specific rare cases.
But here's the kicker. As they say, its higher accuracy came with lower overall testing costs, lower than the lone LLMs, and lower even than the physicians. So the AI was more accurate and more cost-effective.
That's right. It suggests AI can actually help avoid that big problem of diagnostic over-testing, ordering too many unnecessary tests, which we know accounts for millions, maybe billions, in wasted healthcare costs annually.
This is probably a good moment to mention something for our listeners who are maybe AI innovators or tech leaders themselves. If you're looking to elevate your authority and reach this kind of highly engaged audience, AI professionals, researchers, decision makers, you should consider becoming a sponsored guest right here on AI Unraveled. You can share your cutting-edge insights, talk about your latest projects, your vision for AI's future, all in a dedicated interview segment. You can learn more about this thought leadership partnership and the benefits for your brand at dgmgatetech.com/Unraveled. Or you could apply directly using our Google form. As always, all those links are in the show notes.
So if we step back and connect this to the bigger picture, this kind of sophisticated reasoning ability, it really could reshape healthcare pretty significantly. Imagine empowering patients, maybe letting them self-manage more routine care safely, and at the same time, equipping clinicians with really advanced decision support for those truly complex, tricky cases. And as we just touched on, it strongly suggests AI could help reduce unnecessary healthcare costs, which is huge, considering U.S. health spending is nudging towards, 20% of GDP, and maybe up to a quarter of that is estimated as waste.
So this inevitably brings up the big question. What does this mean for doctors? For the future of healthcare? Now, the classic, will AI replace doctors? question.
It's a really important question and one that comes up a lot. But the research and Microsoft themselves are quite clear on this. They see AI as a complement to doctors, definitely not a replacement. A doctor's role is so much broader than just diagnosis, isn't it? They navigate huge amounts of ambiguity, they build trust, they provide empathy, things AI can't replicate. AI can automate routine tasks, maybe spot diseases earlier, help personalize treatment plans. It's about evolving clinical roles, not eliminating them.
And it's also really crucial we remember the limitations that Microsoft themselves acknowledged. This is still research, right? It's not deployed in hospitals tomorrow. MAI-DxO did great on these super complex NEJM cases, but more testing is definitely needed for the more common, everyday presentations doctors see all the time. And maybe most importantly, this work is absolutely not yet approved for actual clinical use. There's a long road of rigorous safety testing, clinical validation, regulatory reviews, all essential before anything like this sees a real patient.
Absolutely. Their commitment, they state, is to safety, trust, and quality above all else. The future they envision for healthcare is one shaped by augmenting human expertise and, crucially, human empathy with the power of machine intelligence. It's a partnership.
Wow. What a deep dive this has been into, well, the really fascinating world of AI in medicine. It's clear we're still on a long journey. It's exciting but long. But the steps being taken now towards this idea of medical superintelligence are truly remarkable. And they promise, potentially, better, more accessible, maybe even more cost-effective care for people everywhere.
Yeah, that idea of an AI orchestrator that's not just more accurate, but actually reduces costs, that really challenges some common assumptions about tech in healthcare, doesn't it? It's a powerful reminder that innovation done right can tackle both quality and efficiency. It's not always a trade-off.
So, as you reflect on everything we've discussed today, here's something to think about. If AI can reach this kind of diagnostic accuracy, even beating human experts in these really tough cases, what new frontiers of human-AI collaboration in healthcare might open up? Things we haven't even conceived of yet. What could medicine truly look like when this collaboration really hits its stride? This has been a special deep dive of AI Unraveled, created and produced by Etienne Newman. Don't forget, if you're feeling inspired to maybe dive deeper into AI yourself or boost your career with certifications, check out Etienne's AI certification preparation ebooks and audiobooks, and also the AI Unraveled Builder's Toolkit, all available at dgmgatetech.com. And for potential collaborators, check out the Thought Leadership Partnership info. All the links you need are right there in the show notes. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and definitely stay curious.